Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for second half action of the Pope John Junior Lions 11U squad as they take on the Rahway Chiefs. 13-0 at halftime. Rahway leads it. A 58-yard rushing touchdown and then a 19-yard touchdown reception and an extra point on the second attempt. Stopped on the first, and that is the scoring so far for Rahway. That second touchdown coming late stages of the second quarter. Pope John looking to get back into this one, down 13-0, as they want to avoid falling to 2-2 on the season. Let's go over the roster for Pope John, starting with number 1, Dominic Diarco. Number 4 is Connor Hart. Number 5, Benny Platt. Number 8, Charlie Formasano. Number 9 is Braden Coulson. Number 10 is Jared Hawthorne. Number 3 is Lachlan Certival. Number 13, Evan Nisbeth. Number 15, Roger Milner. Number 23, Sean Clements. 25 is Declan Griffith. 26, Braden Convey. Number 30, Ryan Hart. Number 33, Ryan Lambreglia. Number 36, Wyatt Miller. Number 40 is Jacob Jessamaria. 43 is Tyler Killen. Number 45, Jude Cofrancesco. 56 is Robert Zawicki. And number 61, Anthony Grego. The head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions 11 and under squad is Jared Cofrancesco. Assistant coach is Dan Platt, Dan Lambreglia, Nick Colson, Jim Miller, and Rob Zawicki. League president is Chris Bronco. League VP is Dave Diarco. The team mom is Kathy Jessamaria. And the Pope John head coach for varsity is Don Gaston. I'm Mike Formasano. We are starting the second half here from Pope John High School, Sparta, New Jersey, as the Lions trail the Rahway Chiefs 13-0. 13U squad played earlier today. They defeated the EW Falcons by a count of 22-0. So now the 13U team is 4-0 on the season. The 11U squad trying to go to 3-1, but they got their work cut out for them. Down 13-0, and the Chiefs get the ball to start the second half. Rahway going left to right on your screen in their black uniforms and black pants, trimmed by red and white, with red socks and red helmets, white face masks. Here's the handoff to the running back, number 0, to the near sideline and pushed out of bounds by number 13, Evan Nisbeth. Pope John in their home blue uniforms, they are trimmed by gold and white. Blue pants, gold helmets, with the blue lion on the side and gold and white in the lettering, gold numbers. They're going right to left of your screen. Anthony Grego and Jared Cofrancesco and number 25, Declan Griffith and Rob Zawicki. And they're on the line. Evan Nisbeth on the corner defending the receiver, as well as Lachlan Certival on the other. I'm sorry, not Jared Hawthorne on the other side, number 10. Here's the handoff to the running back for Rahway. Number 1, he cuts up the middle, and he's got clear sailing to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Rahway. So number 1 with the run there. A 60-yard touchdown run, and the Rahway Chiefs go up 19-0. So, second big touchdown run for Rahway today. They had a 58-yarder at the first quarter. And so now it's 19-0. Rahway leading over Pope John. Well, the Lions have their work cut out for them. Try and get back into this one. Point after touchdown attempt coming. Quarterback under center. Here's a handoff to the fullback right up the middle and into the end zone for the point after. 20-0. Rahway leads over Pope John. So the good news for Pope John would be that 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points would get them the lead, 21-20. But they've got their work cut out to them to be able to do that. So first things first, Pope John has to get on the board. And they'll start from their own 35. going right to left on your screen. The rain has held off now. It was starting to rain at the end of the second quarter, and now it's just really overcast. Very humid. Mild temperatures here in Sparta, New Jersey. So the Pope John offense out to the field. Go Francesco Zwicky and number 4, Connor Hart, along with Jess Maria, Declan Griffith, Ryan Hart. Number 1, Dominic Diarco on the wideout. 3 men in the backfield for Sean Clevitz. And Clevitz hands it off to Jess Maria right up the middle. Jacob Jess Maria down to the 39-yard line. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 6. Pope John going to go to a quick offense again. Smart by Coach Francesco, especially down by 3 scores trying to get back into this game. You want to take as little time off the clock as possible. So Jess Maria gets it to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 1. Got to get to the 45. Hand off to Platt. Platt rolls to the right. He's got the first down and then some. Down to the 48. First down, Pope John. So Pope John going with no huddle offense. Clevitz hands off to Platt. Platt to the right again, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. So it worked 3 times. It did not work there for a 4th. So 4 straight rushing plays. Platt stopped on the 4th one. And so now Pope John will go back to the huddle. Early stages of the 3rd quarter. Rahway's already scored here in the 3rd. A 60-yard touchdown run, along with a 58-yard touchdown run from the 1st quarter and a 19-yard pass play. And Rahway leads 20-0. Ball at the 49. Here's the handoff off to Platt. Platt through the middle to the left and is met at the 47-yard line of Rahway. Platt gets 4, and it's 2nd and 6. I'm sorry, 3rd and 6. Because he was stopped for no gain on the first down play. So 3rd and 6. And the official on the sideline has forgotten to flip the page 2. So 3rd and 6 at the 47 of Rahway. Okay, so I don't feel alone. So the official has it as 2nd as well, but it is 3rd. Here's the pitch back to Platt. Platt bursts through the left side. He's got the first down. And down to about the 37-yard line. Benny Platt rumbling his way towards the near sideline. And first down for the Lions. Pope John is on the move. We got a whistle on the play. Timeout by Rahway? Nope. Ball spotted at the 37. Pope John, 1st and 10. Referee's just counting players on the field. Here's a snap to Clevitz, and we got a false start against Pope John, and that's going to drive him back 5. They'll make it 1st and 15 for the Lions. 20-0. Pope John leading over Rahway. I'm sorry, it's the other way around. I apologize. Rahway leading Pope John 20-0. The Lions down by 3 scores. Anybody just tuned in and said, "Oh, Pope John's up." No, they're not. 20-0. Rahway leads. Here's Clevitz under center. The pitch back to Platt. Platt to his right. Platt now through the middle. Met by linebackers in the secondary of Rahway. They bring him down at the 40, maybe 39-yard line. They get spotted at the 40. So that brings up 3rd down. Nope, 2nd down because it was a penalty. That's right. So 2nd down and long for Pope John. The Lions have to get to the 27. Pope John to the line. Lambriglia in motion. Hand off to Jess Maria. Jess Maria bursts through the middle. And over the 30 and down to about the 29. So plenty of yardage gained by Jessa Maria there, but not the first. But it will be 3rd and 2 at this point. So the rain has returned here to Sparta. A light rain coming down on the turf of Pope John High School on the field here. Pope John wants a chance in this game. He most likely have to score on this drive. Down 20-0, but the Lions are on the move. Here's Clements at the 29-yard line. 3 men in the backfield. And he hands it off to the fullback. And that was, I think it was Jessa Maria. It was. Only gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 2 for the Lions. Clements talking with coaches. Gets the play in. Lions at 2-1 on the season. Do they go to 3-1 or do they fall back to 500 at 2-2? Here's a handoff to Platt. Platt bursts through the right side and gets enough for the first down. Down to the 27-yard line, and that is 1 yard more than he needed. So, first down, Pope John. Ball marked at the 27-yard line. Big play for Pope John there. Make sure to get that first and keep offensive momentum going. From the far hash mark. Clements under center. Take the snap, the pitch back to Platt. Platt to the left side, towards the near sideline. And he's going to get down to about the 22-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5. All right, the referee's going to spot the ball at the 21-yard line. We've got a timeout on the field, and we're going to take one as well. Timeout, mid-stages of the 3rd quarter. Rahway leads the Pope John Lions 20-0. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. And that was the end of the 3rd quarter. So they moved the ball to the other side. So, 4th quarter coming up now as Pope John trailing Rahway 20-0 as the rain starts to fall a little harder here in Sparta. Now Pope John going left to right on your screen. Man in motion. Snap to Clements, and we've got a flag on the play. Or was it just the referees weren't set? May have been that the referees hadn't started play yet, and Pope John tried to get a quick snap in. I don't see the ball going up the field. So, 2nd down, 4 to go. Pope John has to get the ball to the 17-yard line. Now on the referee's whistle. Clements under center. Man in motion. Handoff to Jessa Maria. Right through the middle. Turning to the right. He's down to about the 15. Still on his feet. Still to the 5. And they can't bring him down. He finally is brought down at the 3-yard line. Jesse Maria, like a diesel engine, just pounding his way down to the 3-yard line and maybe the 2. And that puts Pope John right on the doorstep. They're going to spot it at the 3. First down, Pope John, goal to go. Big run there for Jacob Jesse Maria. Now Klemitz under center. He's got Jesse Maria in the backfield. Handoff goes over to Ryan Labraglia. Labraglia to the right, he falls down. And they're going to stop play there at the 5-yard line. So, second and goal to go at the 5. Klemitz coming back into the huddle. Pope John up to the line. Jesse Maria and Platt in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Jesse Maria, barreling his way through. Is he in? Touchdown, Lions! So, Jacob Jesse Maria into the end zone from 5 yards out, and Pope John is on the board. They now trail the Rahway Chiefs 20-6. So the glory paid off there for Jesse Maria on the 5-yard touchdown run, but the signature run on that drive was the one that got him down to 3 initially. He just would not be brought down by 3, 4, 5 Rahway Chiefs hanging all over him. Here's a handoff to Jesse Maria for the point after, and he is stopped in the backfield, unfortunately, for Pope John there. So that will remain 20-6, Rahway leading over Pope John. So now Pope John will need 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points in order just to tie the game. So unfortunately, that could turn out to be a big stop there for Rahway, keeping this a 14-point game. So again, Pope John can't take the lead with 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Ball's at the 35. The defense coming on the field for Pope John, led by Lachlan Certival, number 3, Charlie Formasano, number 8, Jude Cofrancesco, number 45, Tyler Killen, number 43, all on the defensive front, with Grego and Certival and Platt in the linebacker spots, and then Roger Milner, number 15, in the safety position. First and 10 from the 35. Rahway with the ball and the lead. Fourth quarter, 20-6, Chiefs lead. Here's a handoff up the middle and met in the backfield and brought down by number 33, Ryan Labraglia. 43, Tyler Killen may have had a hand in that as well. So the running back for Rahway brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and that will bring up second down. Pope John needs a stop very quickly to get the ball back. Second and 10 from the 35. 2 men in the backfield. Here's a snap to the fullback, who cuts up the left side to the 45, the 50, the 45 of Pope John, and he is off to the 20, the 15, and is stopped at about the 10, and is finally brought down at about the 7-yard line. Big run for Rahway, but Pope John making sure he doesn't get into the end zone. It's going to be first and goal for Rahway, so a touchdown at this point in the game is pretty much all she wrote. So it would behoove Pope John to stop Rahway right here, right now. Fourth quarter, Chiefs lead by 2 scores, 20-6. First and goal from the Pope John 7. 3 big runs for Rahway today. 2 of them resulting in touchdowns. That one almost a touchdown, but the running back brought down to 7. Up the middle now, to the left, still on his feet. Now towards the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Rahway. Again, tough to see the numbers. I'm not sure what number it was who went in the end zone there. However, the Rahway Chiefs score another rushing touchdown, and that makes the score 26-6. So Anthony Grego, number 61 in the game for Tyler Killen, number 43. Chiefs up to the line at the 3-yard line, looking for the point after. Quarterback under center, 2 men in the backfield. Here's the pitch back to the tailback towards the right side. He's trying to find the end zone. A couple flags go down. Is he in? No, he did not make it to the goal line. So Pope John stops him. However, we got a flag on the play. We're going to see what the ruling is from the referees. Holding against Pope John's, waved off, declined. No, was it against Pope? No, it was against Rahway. So holding, declined. Point after's no good anyway. And the score will remain 26-6. So the Chiefs lead by 20. Pope John gets the ball at the 35. Down by 20 points. Midway through the 4th quarter. Time is running out on Pope John. Again, please check Sports Engine during the middle of the week to see who the next opponent will be for the Pope John Junior Lions 11 and under team. It's on the schedule right now, I believe, is Elizabeth, that they're going to Elizabeth. However, that could change. Pop Warner changes the opponent and the time all the time. So we will see what Pop Warner actually says middle of the week. So the date most likely will be Sunday. The time and the opponent will be announced. And just check for that. Pope John most likely going into that game at 500 with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses. So they're down 26-6 here against Rahway. It's not over yet, however, time is running out. Here's Clemens with the pass. That is to Jared Hawthorne. Hawthorne, number 10, makes the reception, brings it down to the 44. And just shy of a first down, so it'll be 2nd and 1. Lions in the huddle. Clevitz back out. Sean Clevitz, number 23 for the Pope John Lions. Here's the snap. Clevitz will take it. He'll roll to his right. Throws to Hawthorne. Makes the catch. No, he dropped it. And it's taken over by Rahway. So I didn't see with the 10th there. He may have taken it out of his hands. But Rahway has the ball there. And a turnover. Rahway will take possession. Stopped at the 50-yard line. So the pass over to Jared Hawthorne makes the catch initially. I don't know if he dropped it or if it was taken out of his hands by Rahway. But either way, the Chiefs will get the ball at the 50-yard line. And so that is pretty much how this game is going to wind up. 26-6, Rahway with the lead and the ball at the 50-yard line. Pope John coming onto the field on defense. Turnover by Pope John. First and 10, Rahway at the 50. Timeout, Pope John. So, Pope John calls time, and we will take a timeout with them as well. Late stages of the fourth quarter, Rahway leads the Pope John Lions 26-6. We'll be back right after this. We're going to come back. We got an issue where one of the Rahway aides was on the sideline, and Coach Jared Cofrancesco did not like that. So he asked for the aide to be off his sideline, which is understandable. And the referee's telling the Rahway aide or coach or assistant to be off the Pope John sideline. And what's wrong with that? I don't see any problem with what Coach Cofrancesco is asking. Referee's now talking with the Rahway coaches. (26-6), Rahway leads over Pope John. Unfortunately, I think the same thing happened to Pope John today as happened against Mo Better. The effort was there. It was a great effort by the Lions. However, a few plays just broke them. A couple of rushing touchdowns, touchdown reception. Those 3 or 4 plays in this game made all the difference, just like it did in the Mo Better game. So, it looks like Pope John's going to fall to 0-2 at home. 2-0 on the road, though, so perhaps they want to play the last 4 games of the schedule away from Pope John. That's not true, but if the record means they'll get 4 more wins, then I'm sure they'll take it. So, Rahway up by 20. We are in the late stages of the fourth quarter. We're at Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. Mike Formasano along with you. Calling today's action. Thank you very much for joining us for this game and also for the previous game against it was the EW Falcons, 13U, defeating them 22-0. So Pope John back out to the field. Rahway at the 50-yard line. Here's a snap. Quarterback fires downfield, just out of the reach of the wide receiver and incomplete. 23 Clements on the defense there, along with Evan Nisbeth, number 13. Second and 10. Rahway back on to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 from the 50. They have to get to the Pope John 40 for a first down. Here's the snap. Hand off to the tailback. Fumble, but he recovers and just falls on it. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ball just popped out of his hands, but he fell right on it. Took a fortuitous bounce. Late fourth quarter, 26-6, Rahway leads over Pope John. Third and 10. Rahway up to the line. Quarterback under center, 2 men in the backfield, fullback and tailback. Hand off to the fullback, and he charges towards the 45. Gets to about the 46, so that'll bring up a 4th and 6 for Rahway. Ball's at the Pope John 46-yard line. 4th and 6. Chiefs have to get to the 40. Rahway up to the line. 4th down. Here's a snap. Quarterback in the shotgun being chased down by Jude Francesco. He rolls out of the pocket towards the far sideline and is tackled at the 44 by Jacob Jessamaria. So pressure by Jude Francesco and the tackle made by Jessamaria, and Pope John will get the ball back at the 44-yard line. Pope John returns the offense to the field. Lions trail 26-6. 1st and 10 from their own 44. So the Pope John offense back out to the field. Clevett's in the huddle. Now to the line they go. 1st and 10 from their own 44. They have to get to the Rahway 46 for a first down. Here's Clevitz. He'll pass out to Hawthorne. Hawthorne, number 10, makes the reception. Gets down to the 46-yard line. Gain of 2. Second and 8. Pope John up to the line. Ball spotted on the near hash mark. 2 men in the backfield. There's Grego and Platt. Pitch goes to Platt. Platt to the right. Platt up to the 50 and barrels his way down to about the 45-yard line. Enough for a first down. Benny Platt with the big run there. Gets the ball down to the Rahway 44. Pope John looking to try and get into the end zone one more time. Will they have enough time to do so? First and 10 from the Rahway 44. Clevitz fakes the pitch, now gives to Grego. Grego in the fullback position, and he runs out to the 39. So, 7-yard run. Actually, going to make it a 5-yard run. 5-yard run for Grego. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. We got a timeout on the field. Pope John calls time. We'll take one as well. 4th quarter, Rahway leads over Pope John 26-6. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion Football, 11 and under squad. Mike Formasano along with you, calling today's action. As the Pope John Junior Lions are taking on the Rahway Chiefs. Rahway has had the better of it today, leading 26-6. Pope John's been in the game the whole way. Just a couple of bad breaks. Now here's the run by Lembriglia to the right side. He gets over to the 36 and is brought down. So Pope John has to get to the 34, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
That's only the start.
Clevett's under center. Fumble the snap. It's down on the ground. And I think Rahway's recovered, and they have. The Chiefs' defensive lineman fell on the ball as Clevett's fumbled the snap, and so that stalls the offensive drive for Pope John. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line for Rahway. 1st and 10. Time running out on Pope John. Down by 20 and Rahway with the ball. I don't think there's much time left. So Rahway sending out their offensive players onto the field. 1st and 10. Chiefs at 35. Rahway up to the line. Quarterback takes a snap, hands off to the tailback, who's met right at the line by Benny Platt. Throws him down at the 35. May have gotten 1 yard out of forward progress, so. Timeout on the field. We got a player down for Pope John. Trying to find out who that is. Big collision. I'm not going to say who it is until I get confirmation of who it actually is, so not speculating. Coach is out on the field, players down on his back.
I heard. In high school, man. Oh yeah. In high school, but not.
All right, so the player for Pope John lifted onto his feet. That is going to be number 25, Declan Griffith. So Declan's actually walking off under his own power, and that is great to see. He is limping. Looks like a right leg injury, but he is walking off the field, so very good to see, and hope that he's better soon. Ball's at the 34 of Rahway. It is 2nd down and 2 to go. 26-6. Rahway leads over Pope John. Quarterback in the shotgun. Tailback to his right. Here's a snap. Hand off to the man in motion. And is met in the backfield by number 10, Jared Hawthorne. Hawthorne makes the tackle and drops the running back for Rahway for a loss to the 30. That'll bring him 3rd down and 5. I'm sorry, that's longer than 5. 3rd down and 15 to go. Tyler Killen and Charlie Formisano in the game for Pope John, replacing Jude Cofrancesco and Wyatt Miller. No, it's not Wyatt Miller. I'm sorry, it's Rob Zawicki. Looked like a 3, but it's actually a 5. 56. Zawicki off, along with Cofrancesco. Quarterback in the shotgun. Third and 15. Here's a snap. Quarterback named Chase drops the ball, and it's recovered by Lachlan Certival, number 3 for Pope John. So pressure on the play by Tyler Killen, number 43, flushes the quarterback out of the pocket. He drops the ball, and Certival lands on it. Fumble recovery for Pope John, and they'll get the ball at the 28-yard line. Late stages of the 4th quarter, Pope John's going to see if they can get on the board one more time quickly here. 1st and 10 from the Rahway 28. Pope John back on offense. Late substitution in. Grego into the game, placing Dominic Diarco. Oh no, Diarco's out to the wideout position. My fault. There's Klebitz. Klebitz fake the pitch to Miller. Now goes to Nisbet. Nisbet to the far sideline, to the 25. The 20 still on his feet. Brought down at the 19-yard line. So, big run for Evan Nisbet. A 9-yard scamper. And Pope John now 2nd and 1. Timeout, Pope John. Pope John calls time. We'll take one as well. Late 4th quarter, 26-6. Rahway leading Pope John. Ball spotted at the 20. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. 4th quarter action. Pope John trailing by 20. Here's Clements with the pass. Out the right, LaBreglia. LaBreglia makes the catch towards the end zone, and he's dropped at the 4-yard line. LaBreglia with the reception from the 20. A 16-yard pass play, and Pope John now in the red zone. It's 1st and goal from the 4. Pope John up to the line quickly, trying to get a playoff before time runs out. And that is it. I don't think they're going to get the playoff, so. So that's it. Pope John just ran out of time there, unfortunately, so. That's why you hate the clock being on the field with the referees. You just don't know how much time is left, so. Anyway, Rahway wins the game 26-6 over the Pope John Lions. Again, it was a few plays that went against Pope John, and that made the difference. So the Pope John Lions fall to 2-2, losing today to Rahway. Final score: the Chiefs defeat the Lions 26-6. Please join us next week for more Pope John Lion football, 11 and under. The opponent and the time will be announced by Pop Warner midweek. The opponent right now is scheduled to be at Elizabeth, but we will get confirmation from Pope John later in the week. Probably be Sunday, as most of the games are. And just check Sports Engine for that. So, for everyone here at Pope John High School, this is Mike Forbesano saying thanks for joining us. Final score once again: the Rahway Chiefs defeat the Pope John Junior Lions 11 and under squad 26-6. Have a good week, everyone. We'll see you next weekend for more Pope John Junior Lion football.